Hey guys, just wanted to show you my varmint rig here. It's basically a custom Thompson Center Encore. I say custom because it's got a Shilen barrel on it I had made for me by Match Grade Machine. I originally purchased it with a 20-inch Thompson Center Custom Shop 20-inch 223 barrel, and I had that replaced with what you see here, which is a 20-inch 204 Ruger made by Shilen, turned for me down by Match Grade Machine out in Utah. The stock is a Boyds gray laminate, and it's real nice actually. I like the way it looks and I like the way it feels. It sits on a bag real well. And I'm assuming that when I personally used, I'm assuming that the trigger job, because it had the trigger, there's no way it's like a factory trigger unless the custom shop took the trigger down. Breaks about 2 pounds, and it breaks like glass. There's no creep at all, and it's adjustable for over travel. But the way it's set up right now, it's probably one of the best triggers I've ever shot. I just got it back from the gunsmith actually. I had him install a hanger bar underneath the forend, which if anyone knows anything about two-piece stocks, the forend of two-piece stocks is difficult to deal with because it can change the way the barrel vibrates and affect accuracy if it's not properly done. So hopefully the hanger bar will allow me to use a bipod like you see it set up right there. Right now the scope on it is a 6.5 to 20 by 50 Burris Fullfield II with a ballistic reticle, and Match Grade Machine does a real nice crown on there. So, and Shilen barrels are notorious for shooting well, and this one definitely does. The 6.5 to 20 scope I got to replace my 4.5 to 14 by 42 Burris Fullfield II, just because at 220 yards, 250 yards, the scope crosshairs are almost covering up prairie dogs, which is what I primarily use this for, and coyotes as well. So the extra magnification I thought was helpful. This is my third 204. I kind of got on board with the 204 like right away because I thought it was a great cartridge and I liked the ballistics, and the early reports from it were great. The first 204 I had was a Savage Model 12 with the synthetic stock and 26-inch blue barrel. Shot really well. And then I had an opportunity to get a good deal on Savage Model 12, the long-range precision varminter with the H&S Precision Kevlar stock and 26-inch full bowl stainless steel barrel and a target trigger. That thing shot good too, but it was just super heavy. And yeah, for a bench rifle it's nice. You can sit all day and it doesn't kick at all. But it weighed about 17 pounds, probably 16 or 17 pounds with scope and bipod on it. It's just kind of too heavy. This rifle weighs 12 pounds. I just weighed it this morning with how you see it right here with scope and bipod and that little cheek rest. Shoots well, very, very accurate. I've been able to, before I put the hanger bar on it, off a bag, I was able to get consecutive 3-shot groups that you could cover with a dime. Hopefully now with the hanger bar installed underneath the barrel, I'll be able to get that off the bipod. This just gives you a shot here of the ballistic reticle and the Burris scope, those bottom little hash marks. The way it's supposed to work is you zero the rifle to 100 yards with the center crosshair, and then you can drop down to whatever those hash marks are set for your cartridge. It comes with like a little drop chart, I guess you could call it, and it tells you, for a 32 grain Ruger 204 at X number velocity on 14 power with 100 yard zero on the center crosshair, the first hash mark is 225 yard zero, the next hash mark is like 350 yard zero, the next hash mark is like 450 yard zero, on down until you get to the very tip of this thick black line at the bottom there. The very tip of that is 750 yard zero, which in my opinion is rather beyond the range of a 204, but the good thing is it's nice to know that you can get a pretty accurate holdover at really good ranges. Get you in the ballpark real quick on maybe 1 or 2 shots, and then you're on target. So between the trigger and the barrel and obviously the optics, this rifle is, I think it's pretty unique, I think, in the way it looks. It's kind of short and stubby, and I like the short stubby barrel concept because a 20-inch barrel is very, very rigid in comparison to a 26-inch barrel, and you're only giving up about 150 feet per second. So you're not giving up a lot of velocity, and you're setting yourself up for success in the accuracy department with a short, rigid barrel. It is a single shot, and it is a hammer, but who cares? I have gotten so used to it that bolt action rifles now, I mean, I still have a bunch of bolt actions as far as like, I say I have one bolt action, and I've always been shooting bolt actions, but the single shot concept is pretty sound, and a break open barrel with a good trigger, set up well with a good stock and optics, you know, you're really just setting yourself up for success, because you really don't need that quick follow-up shot on a prairie dog like you would like an elk. You don't want to have a wounded elk running around, so you got to have a quick follow-up. But I like the single shot, I like the short steady barrel, and I like the stock and optics. I mean, I just thought I'd share this rifle with you guys. I think it's pretty cool. It shoots well. A little bit different way to go about, you know, a varmint rig, so enjoy.